Am I mad that Side Order is the actual single player for Splatoon 3 just sold separately? Well, is Alterna just the Octo expansion with worse music, plot, setting, levels, and characters? Uh, yes, obviously. I mean, they didn't even cover how you knew Little Buddy, Deep Cut, the new idols. They only show up, what, 4 times, and they don't even get to perform their own song at the end. They just do Calamari Incantation again for the 4th time. I mean, who's the villain in Alterna? Mr. Grizz, who wants to bring back mammals, which isn't that what the phone wanted to do? Alterna is so unoriginal that it even has a fucking skill tree. And the most disgusting thing about it is that this was, the chance to finally break out of, the sci-fi shit that Splatoon just does with all of its single player. I mean, it's more cartoony with just the Octarian stuff, but Octo expansion, well, that was more sci-fi, and then Side Order is more sci-fi, and Alterna is, and I'm pretty sure Mr. Grizz is Mr. Grizz an AI? I didn't read the dumbass lore, so because why would I? But it's just more sci-fi, even though the game is advertised as, the chaos option. Look at them, they're all in the desert and they're dressing all wacky. But that just isn't in the story, so. The chaos theme means nothing. The game is so orderly, it's, depressing. It baits you with these new movement options, but sticks you in fucking Tetris blocks. The Splatlands is supposed to be far off from Ecopolis, right? So why half of these shit-ass stages from the previous games? Turf War is still the second worst mode, following Splat Zones, of course, which to me doesn't make a lot of sense because the mode was more or less fixed in Splatoon 2, because in some Splatfests the stages would open up or close off along as the clock ran out. This, of course, would help to get rid of the whole fucking around for 2 minutes and then sweat at the end problem that Turf War just has. Even if you don't want to follow that method of design, where the fuck are the gimmicks? Like the boost pads, the ink rails, sponges, switches, bounce pads. If you're making a casual mode in a fast-paced shooter, maybe try adding something fun. But what did Splatoon 3 add? A card minigame that I cannot explain to you if you had a gun to my head. Oh, and the catalog. God, I hate the fucking catalog. Battle passes are usually in free games. Because you're meant to play everything forever now, battle passes are a neat way to support the devs and get some shiny new things. But Splatoon 3 isn't a free game. It's actually way more expensive than every other shooter because, they're all free nowadays, aside from Call of Duty, but every Call of Duty fan keeps complaining that it's in their decline, even though they keep buying it. But, they're not that smart. Anyways, Splatoon 3 is more expensive than every other shooter because you just have to pay a base price to get the game, and you also have to pay for online. So clearly Nintendo made a lot of money off of Splatoon 3. So why is the catalog here? Well, it's to keep you playing and to not work on the game. Because if you're getting little hints of gear dripped out to you, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, I guess there's something new added to the game, even though there isn't. And it's just a little trick, because I think most people with time in the game recognize the catalog for being a piece of shit. Why is the catalog a piece of shit? Well, for me, a big draw of Splatoon, and I imagine for other people, is the customization. You can make your own character, and that's really cool. But when the only new gear is released through the catalog and paid DLC, but I'm not paying money for on this game. No more. Anyways, when the only new gear is released through the catalog, you have to hope that it matches your style or something that you'd put on a character. Otherwise, you get nothing out of it. And even the new emotes, some of them just don't work or just don't look right. Like, that's not something I would do, so I'm not going to use it. So it's just filler. It doesn't mean anything to me. But if there is something you really want, you're going to have to grind to get it, because like most of the good shit is like locked all the way behind at the end. So if that's what you really want, you have to like keep playing every day because of the EXP bonus, and then just, you know, keep grinding it out. And, you know, if you have a life, that means you probably won't get everything. Not to worry, there's a gacha machine. Thank God. I'm so glad there's a gacha machine in the game that I paid money for. And I love when I go to the gacha machine and I get a locker item. Who the fuck still uses lockers? It's a waste of dev time. They're shoved off in the back rooms because they don't matter. It's another dress-up game within a dress-up game, except you have to actively go seek out the other dress-up game. For what reason? Why would you do that? Here's a better idea. Actual custom weapons. They could even have custom kits that could be used in a separate mode entirely. Maybe sure, that would, you know, split the queue times, I imagine, but well, if your game is good, then queue times don't matter because people are going to want to play it. But your game isn't good, so maybe that's why they keep making everything limited time only. But like, that's just sad. It's sad. Splatoon 3 is a depressing game. Lockers are just a sad, dumb, stupid attempt at addressing the people who wanted apartments. And I'm pretty sure the whole thing came from the fucking Wii U splash screen. But why do people want this useless bullshit in their dumb Squid Game? And my, you know, game theory on this is because the world feels dead. All of the story modes take place in the middle of nowhere. If you ignore the idols and Sheldon, there are no characters. Splatoon 3 shouldn't have existed until the next console came out. We should have gotten spin-offs that experimented with different gameplay and used, you know, the background species, like the Octo expansion did. But, I mean, you could walk past them and, like, you know, jump into them and make them jiggle, but that was pretty much it. But, you know, imagine a Splatoon tactics game, or a Splatoon, you know, Slippery Stream, the hot new racing game, or Zapfish Quest, or Splatoon Frontiers. Like, maybe if Splatoon 3 had more time to just, you know, really ruminate, you could get people who knew how to design stages. You could get people who knew how to write a story. But now, as it is, we're just stuck with a sad husk that can't help but rely on nostalgia for the last two games.